In this first look video from InfluenceWP, we are checking out a WordPress plugin called Blocklayouts, which is a pre-designed WordPress patterns library. It's going to allow you to add custom blocks, enhance the core WordPress blocks, and give you pre-designed patterns to build WordPress sites faster. Before we poke around the website here a bit and then look at the actual solution together, just a quick bit of housekeeping. First look videos cover products we have no prior experience with. They show vendors how new users experience their website and products for the very first time. These videos are unedited, high-level introductions that are not paid for, they're not sponsored, and they contain no affiliate links. If you would like videos like this created for your business, go to influencewp.com/partners and request your free partner membership. And we thank Blocklayouts for being a partner. If you go over to our site, find the deals area, do a search for Blocklayouts, and grab an exclusive deal if you like what you see in this video. Okay, so the website we are looking at today is blocklayouts.com. And we're going to look for some key pages like an about page, changelog, documentation, pages like that. And then we are going to look at the actual solution together after that. Okay. All right, so looking up at the navigation area, I'm not seeing the pages I'm looking for. So let's just scroll down into the footer. And let's see what we see here. I'm not seeing an about page. So I would love to see an about page with information about the team, faces and names, a little bit about the company. So establish that customer trust. Who's behind this solution? I'm also not seeing a changelog of yet. Maybe we will see that in documentation. But if we don't find that, I'd like to see a changelog with not only the new features and the fixes and things like that, but also what date that those fixes and features were released. I do see documentation here, so let's check that out. All right, so we have getting started section here. We have installation, okay. Some nice screenshots with annotations. We've got some videos. Okay, so documentation looks to be good. Okay, what else do we see here? We have, let's run through these as well. So we have patterns. So these are all of their pre-designed patterns. You can copy and paste them right from their website. So let's just say you drill down into the hero sections here. You can copy and paste right from here into your WordPress site. And it looks like they have a copy preference button, unstyled or styled. That's really neat. So you can do style, you can include the custom styles, colors, font sizes, etc. But by default, it's going to pull those in unstyled. All right, next up is we have the plugins. So this looks to be some free plugins that you can add to your site. You can enable hover color, inverted radius, or one called a custom block called throwable, a simple block that lets you throw and bounce content around with physics. Anyway, these look to be free, so that's really cool. Let's go back. Down here, we have two custom blocks, it looks like, that they're going to provide us as part of block layouts. We've got a custom icon block. It's going to give you an icon library. You can browse by category, search. There's a search feature, preview, and so on. You can add custom SVGs. So that is really neat. All kinds of design options. So that's cool. Very cool. Next up, we have a marquee custom block. So if you've ever seen that, like for example, you have text that scrolls across the screen. That's a marquee, example of a marquee. So they have that nice block in there. So they're highlighting here that you can do like a logo, like partner logos, for example, scrolling across the screen. So that is really neat. It doesn't just have to be text. You could marquee, scroll, anything. And then you've got all kinds of options here. Smooth scrolling, control the speed, choose the direction, pause on hover, put anything inside, text, images, buttons, you name it. So that's really cool. They run through some use cases. So really, really cool stuff. Again, this is just a high-level introduction. We're not going to get into designing marquees and all of that stuff, but we're going to just look and to see that it's there and what's possible from a high level. Next up is we have extensions. Looks like they have one extension available, and this is additional CSS. So this is going to give you additional controls within the WordPress core blocks, and then obviously within block layouts. So you can adjust things like the position of elements, of z-index, transform, some effects like background blur, opacity. they also give you a custom CSS editor, and so on. Okay, so I think that about covers it. Again, would like to see an about page. I'm still not seeing, let me do a search here. I'm not seeing a change log. Yeah, I've got to get a change log in there on the site so people can easily find it. Get that about page in there. Docs are good. So, okay, I think we've covered it enough. Let's go ahead and check out the solution. So on the test site, under plugins, you can see I only have block layouts installed. With my brief reading before hitting record, you're going to put the license key in when you try to add a pro element to your page, whether it's a pattern or a full page template, whatever that case may be. When you go to add a pro element from block layouts, they're going to ask you at that point to insert your license key or to upgrade. So that's why there's no real area that you see right here in the WordPress dashboard to do that ahead of time. Okay, perfectly fine. So let's just go create a page. And I'm just going to call this BL for block layouts. If you're not familiar with the WordPress block editor, you can click on this plus symbol in the top left of that blue color. You can also click this black one right here that turns blue on hover. You can also do the slash that leans to the right and start pulling up blocks and that sort of thing. But I also noticed that right here, out of my corner of my eye, I saw this block layouts pattern library. So it looks like we have some easy access right there to our patterns. So what do we have here? So they categorize them all. So that's really nice. They also have a search function, and you can also filter. That's cool. Let's see what this settings cog is over here on the right-hand side. So here we can sort by title, by premium, by date created. We can adjust the order. We can adjust the preview size. So that is cool. And we can do some pagination. Clicking on pages. Okay, very similar approach. Here we start to see those pro tags that I talked about. When we click on these, we will click on a pro one just to see what that does. But yeah, we have the page pulled up. Let's just add a full page template and just see what happens. We're going to add this pro one right here. Okay, get more design power. I have a license key. Okay, or upgrade now. So I'm going to skip this actually, just so we don't have to put the key in. But that's where you're going to put that key in or upgrade, and then you can drop that pro template on there. So let's just go over here and drop this free template, which is home one. So we drop that on our page, and here we go. We have a full page ready to go. You know, you're just going to come in here, obviously, and you're going to add your own content. You're going to make any other design choices that you want to make. You can even come in here. Let's go ahead and publish this. You can even come in here later, go back into the block layout. Maybe you want to add another pattern to this full page. What can we add? Maybe we do a FAQ. Come in here. Let's just drop this on the page. There we go. So you just keep building that page out as you want. Let's do undo a couple times. Or you can come in here and you can click on their block layout icon and just start building it by patterns. Let's go into hero. Maybe we add this hero. Maybe we then want to go in and add features of our product. Let's just drop this one in there. So we've got our hero, we've got our features. Maybe we talk a little bit about our team. So we go into the team patterns. We drop this team block in there. You know, maybe we start sprinkling in some CTAs. Let's go to a CTA block. Boom. Drop that in and just build out our page that way. Mix and match. Okay. Now, when you're in here, you can click on one of these items. Over here on the right-hand side, we can then adjust various things, width, height, all of the typical things that you see with the WordPress block editor. Clicking into the styles tab, we then get those additional options that block layouts gives us. And here's that additional CSS, for example, position, z-index, transform. Do you want a background blur? Do you want to do opacity, overflow? Do you want to add custom CSS right here? You can do that. And there's also the effects, animation. Okay, we can change the trigger. When does it appear? Is it on appear? Is it on scroll? Or when does it happen? On appear, on scroll. What's the animation effect? You can adjust the easing, the duration, and the delay. So maybe on this CTA, for example, let's go back into our styling tab. Let's do effects, animation. Let's then choose an animation. Let's say on scroll, let's slide this up. Okay, and let's put a delay of, let's do 0.5. So half a second. Let's save that. Let's view this page on the front end. Now, when we scroll down, we should see that CTA slide up after a 0.5 second delay. There we go. So that worked. Super cool. What else? Let's look at a couple of their custom blocks. So for that, we can again click on this plus simple icon up here. We can do the slash that leans to the right. We'll go ahead and do that. And then I'm just going to type in the word block. There we go, block layout. And then we have the icon block. With that selected, we can then go over here in the right-hand side, the right-hand panel, and choose from our icon library. We can also search. We can also drop in a custom SVG. They allow you to paste in your code there. You can adjust the icon size and build that custom SVG as you wish. With that icon selected, let's go style this up a bit. We're going to go to text. Oops, that's my bad. Style again, text. Let's make that yellow. Boom. Let's adjust the size. Here we go. Make that whatever size you want, and so on and so forth. Let's go drop in that marquee block next. I'm just going to show you a different way. So we're going to just do search for marquee. There we go. Drop that right here on our page. Change our text. InfluenceWP loves block layouts. All right. With that selected over here on the right-hand side, we can adjust this. Again, we've got dimensions, border, additional CSS, different effects, animation, and so on and so forth. Okay, so maybe we want to put a background on this. Maybe we want to make this one pink, change the text and make it black. But as they said, as we covered earlier, you can add whatever you want into the marquee. It doesn't just have to be text, right? Okay, and then we have the link options. You can set that as well. All right, let's go back over here and let's go into their docs one more time, because I think we've covered everything we really need to cover on the demo side of things. Again, this is just a high-level overview of what's possible. We saw that you can easily build full pages with their templates. You can easily add patterns in and start styling them. We looked at the custom blocks, the icon, and the marquee. Going back over here, I wanted to look at one more time the marquee. So here we see that you can adjust the direction, the speed, gaps between the items, pause on hover. Let's go back over and actually look at that. I want to make sure, is that there? I'm guessing this is the marquee for from Block Layouts. I'm just trying to figure out how to get to their particular. So that's looking like the heading, right? So how do you get to the actual marquee of Block Layouts? This is a marquee. Yep. Okay. Horizontal fade. Okay, we do see that that is scrolling. Now let's get rid of this. There we go. So maybe I did something wrong there, but now we see that that is scrolling, and we can add with that block select. There we go. So this is what I was trying to find. So we have the directions of the scroll, the speed, the gap between the items, pause on hover, and here clicking on this plus symbol, once that block marquee block is selected, we can then add the additional elements to that marquee. Remember, they said you can add whatever it is that you want to that marquee. Maybe you want to do media, do an image. Okay, build out that marquee however it is that you want to build that out. Is that actually in the marquee though? So that just looks like it's the custom icon rather than being in the marquee. So here's the marquee selected. We click the plus symbol. Let's try to add an image, media library. Let's check this out on the front end and see what we have here. So there's our marquee scrolling. Okay, so it is working. Obviously, this is not what you want as a finished product, but we're just showing what's possible. So super, super cool. All right, guys, I think we covered it all at a high level. So block layouts, very, very cool. Definitely going to use this. Again, if you like what you saw in this video, go over to our site, influencewp.com, find the deals area, do a search for block layouts, and grab the exclusive deal. And I will see you all in the next video.